Welcome to Friday Night Frights, Season 2. Now, last season, if you watched them, there was 8 episodes. 7 of them was dealing with franchises, like horror franchises and stuff that we talked about the entire series. But this time, we're just going to talk about one solo film, and we might touch base on some of them other ones from last season. So, for example, last year we talked about the Friday the 13th franchise. This season, we might just talk about Part 3, maybe Part 4 with somebody. But I always going to have a YouTuber guest on. And tonight we have Horror Man 82, not to be confused with last season when I had the Horror Man on. There's 2 or 3 different Horror Mans out there, I guess, in YouTube land. But we're talking to Horror Man 82 tonight. And what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about The Lost Boys. Now, I got this film on VHS, of course, and on Blu-ray, which comes with Part 2 and Part 3, which we won't be talking about tonight. We're talking about the classic one, yes, from the 80s, with Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Kiefer Sutherland, one of the coolest vampire movies that come out of the 80s. Now we have Horror Man 82 on the line. What's going on?
Not too much, just hanging around the house.
Just hanging around the house, huh? We're talking about The Lost Boys. You like The Lost Boys pretty much?
Actually, I big fan of the original. I love The Lost Boys. I like the Lost Boys sequel, but I'm not too big of a fan when it relates to the third one.
Yeah. When's the first time you ever seen The Lost Boys? Do you remember the very first time you watched the movie?
That's the thing about that. That's just like Halloween, you know. I don't remember when I watched that either.
Yeah.
So, I know I was a kid when I watched The Lost Boys, but I don't remember how old I was. I might have been like 9 or so, but I'm not really for sure.
No, yeah. Did it scare you, or did you just kind of just have fun with it at that time?
Oh, I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I used to dress up like I was David, and because I thought the vampires are pretty cool looking, and used to picture that I was one of the vampires, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't do vampire movies like they used to, do they?
No, CGI is what they do these days. I'm more into the old school stuff, but it's still good these days, but not as good as the 80s.
Yeah, the 80s had it up. What was your favorite vampire on the Lost Boys movie?
Well, I was just going to actually give it out when I was told you I had dressed up like the vampires.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, and David's actually my favorite vampire, played by Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty cool. They don't sparkle like the Twilight ones nowadays, though. They always say back then they were real vampires. They were cool.
I don't care for the...
Yeah.
I don't care for Twilight.
Yeah, I don't care. I tried to watch the first one and fell asleep, and I've never seen any other ones after that. So, yeah, definitely not my kind of vampires.
I watched the first one, but I didn't watch any more after that, and thank God, because it just wasn't my can of soda.
Yeah. Well, we're not really going to talk about the sequels on here for the Lost Boys, because this season now we're just talking about one movie, and we're just talking about the original because it is the best. I know. I do have the sequels, and they're all right, but there's nothing compares to the original, do they?
That's for sure. I mean, the original is the best, in my opinion, out of all 3 of them. I have the soundtrack for it, and I love the soundtrack for that one more than the others as well. So it's definitely my favorite out of all 3 of them.
Yeah, and that's a good point you made. The soundtrack is real great on the first one. I remember I actually had it on CD when I used to collect CDs, but I got rid of all my CDs, and I just do I get on Spotify and stuff and listen to stuff now if I want to listen to something. But Yeah, I remember that soundtrack. It was real great. Everybody knows that one song. I can't remember the name of it right off, but the title, the track, that was the best one, I'd say.
Cry Little Sister.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it right off. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I love.
Do what?
I love that one, and I also love I Still Believe or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, they. I think the Cry Little Sister. It's been redone by a few other people too since then. Have you heard any other ones?
I think I've only heard that version or that song in general from the original.
Yeah, I know somebody redid it later on, but it was still pretty good. I can't remember who it was right off. What's your favorite scene from The Lost Boys?
My favorite scene from The Lost Boys would have to be when Michael went to the cave for the first time with the vampires and Star.
Yeah, that was great. Eating the rice and it looked like maggots and everything. It was cool.
Yeah, my gal didn't really care for that part right there. It was kind of gross.
Yeah, the maggots and what was the noodles was worms, wasn't it?
Yeah. How are the worms?
So you're a Horror Man 82, and we know you do videos on YouTube and stuff. We also know that you collect figurines and stuff of horror movies and stuff. Do you have any of the Lost Boys?
The only figure I got that's related to the Lost Boys is Michael.
Mm-hmm. That's the only one they had. I think they made a few different ones, didn't they?
I used to have the one for David, but I got rid of him because he kept on falling over and all that.
Oh yeah. How many did it?
It's like no matter what.
Do what?
No matter where I put him, he fall over.
Yeah, some figures are bad for that. But there's a lot of places now that make stands and stuff. A lot of the movie maniacs and the ones from NECA and stuff. I only have the Jason from Jason Lives, but I like to get more. I know you have a lot more of them. But I was just curious if you had any of the Lost Boys ones. Yeah. But I remember a few years ago they made a few of them. I don't know who all else they made. I don't think they made the Frog Brothers or nothing, did they?
Not that I know of, but that'd be cool if they did.
Yeah, that'd be really cool because they made the Goonies figures and stuff like that, different companies. So give it time, though. They probably will, especially, if they ever remake the Lost Boys. Would you like to see a remake?
Technically, they were talking about making it to where they're... This is funny. They were going to make it to where they're all women.
Oh, my God. They're going to do the Ghostbusters route, huh?
Like the Lost Girls.
The Lost Girls. I never heard about that. When was that? A year or two ago, or pretty soon, lately, or?
That was forever ago, and thank God he didn't go with it.
Yeah, because Ghostbusters did that, and I've never seen that either, so.
I think that was before the second one came out.
Oh, yeah? Huh. Yeah, who knows? They might do something, but I don't think they'll recapture the original one, even though if they do remake it. But who knows? They remake everything nowadays, so.
What they should do is too bad, because they can't really do it these days because, Kiefer Sutherland's getting up in age like we all are, and they could do like a prequel of The Lost Boys.
That would be pretty cool. Who knows? They might try to do it, or they could just, well, I guess a prequel about the only way you could go with it, but that would still be pretty cool, though, wouldn't it?
Because supposedly David had been around since the early 1900s.
Yeah. So who knows?
That would be cool to watch that.
I think Kiefer Sutherland's got a son that could probably do something like that, a little bit younger, of course. That would be cool, wouldn't it, to get him to be that part and do a prequel? That might be pretty cool.
Well, I know his brother, one of his brothers, was in the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think he has a son too. I thought that was in movies and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is his brother or something. But I thought he had a son that was in a few movies. So I'm not really for sure.
His brother was the one that took the role for the main vampire antagonist.
No, okay.
And the second one, and it just wasn't the same.
No. Well, maybe I was wrong. I thought he had a son, but maybe that was his brother then. I guess since you knew that,
I'll look that up and see if he does. I'll look it up and see if he does.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. But Lost Boys, you got any other memorabilia? You got a poster or anything of the Lost Boys in your house?
Actually, I got a book that's related to the first one, and I got that a few years ago, and then I've got a magazine or two. I also have a Fangoria magazine. It's issue 66, I think. I'm not for sure, and it's got one of the vampires on the cover of it.
Well, it's almost Halloween. Have you been watching any horror movies this month? Me and Rousey's been watching one every single night.
Well, we've been trying to do that, but sometimes I just don't feel like watching a movie. But we've been watching a bunch of films.
Yeah, we watched. I might have to do a video on maybe 2-part series talking about each one that we watched. We've watched a lot of them that we haven't either seen together or she hasn't seen, or some of them we had some blind buys from the Dollar Tree here recently that we haven't, neither one of us have seen. But I haven't got around to the Lost Boys. I still got a few more days, so I might have to go ahead and watch that one too before it gets to Halloween here.
Well, actually, we might actually watch that on Halloween.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, thanks for being on Friday Night Frights. Hopefully we can have you back and do another movie, something else that you're really into. I know you're into Jason and Freddy and all that stuff. You got a lot of memorabilia there, I know of. You got a lot more than I'd ever dreamed of. But you know, of course, I love Jason and stuff. And who knows, maybe we can do one of them movies.
No problem.
Do what?
I guess change my YouTube name to King of Horror or something.
All right. Well, I guess we'll talk to you later, and thanks for being on Friday Night Frights talking about the Lost Boys. Well, that was the Horror Man 82 talking about the Lost Boys. And if you got any memories about the Lost Boys, or the first time you've seen it, your favorite scene, or your favorite vampire from the Lost Boys, the movie, just give us a comment down at the bottom. And if you'd like to be on Friday Night Frights, give me a comment at the bottom too if you got a YouTube channel and you talk horror movies and stuff. And maybe one day we can get together and put you on Friday Night Frights and talk about the movie that you'd want to talk about. Till next time.